Good morning, everybody, and happy Monday, July 25th, 2022. And today's bonus day 60, or as I'm calling it, episode 60 in this round of poisoning from the Tyrant Regime. It's the nicest way I can describe them because I refuse to address them as man has labeled them and under their elected status. No thanks. Because the Tyrant Regime is not just them. It's our medical profession, it's our law enforcement, and it's our judges and our attorneys. Let me make that crystal clear so I don't leave anybody out. Wowzers, it's quite a ride, especially when you're mindful, extremely mindful. Let me give you my readings for this morning. My BP was 123/74 and my pulse was 62. My SpO2% was 99, which is 1 point off of 100, which is my oxygen level, and my pulse 61 on that meter. Now, sometimes they're within the same range, sometimes they're identical, it just depends. And my temp is at 91.7. 1.7. Well, actually, it depends on where you look, where hypothermia fares. I'm going with 90. That's the first one. So anything below 90, I'm considering hypothermia. Even though last night I discovered anything below 95 is. Oh well, or 94 or something like that. My vitals they sound perfect, don't they? I mean, according to man's calculations, based on their handy-dandy charts of normalcy, I'm in top athletic shape. Oh wait, unless there's an underlying illness. Smack my head. I love how man's world gives you the cover my tail end statements contradicting their perfectly designed charts. Not. Newsflash, there are zero contradictions in God's word. Just so we're crystal clear on whom is the deceivers. Okay, pumpkins? In order to qualify for disability, I say that loosely, you better hire an attorney. Because that's part of their corrupt manipulation process. Money, 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 money. Heaven forbid they look at the facts of my case realistically. Just saying. Doesn't matter what I look like walking in there. It's what I'm telling you, what's going on with my body that you fail to listen to. It took my 7th neurologist and Dr. Herman and a tooth genie down here to listen effectively. You retards, excuse my language, but I'm sorry. You have to be ignorant to not listen to a highly educated individual describing to a T her medical situation. Just saying. I'm not stupid, and I'm not going to lie in order to obtain something. You can forget that. I'd rather be homeless and starving to death. I will not conform and lie to obtain money that is set aside for those whom are in need. I also encourage everyone else to stop lying, whether it be about your health, to gain employment, or whatever else that demon is attempting to steer you towards. See how the manipulation works? With the level of pain I'm in, I'm still managing to keep my BP down with the help of my Princess Hannah Grace, with her body weight. All day long, she is sniffing me, watching my behavior. Then she decides what part of my body she needs to tend to. Yesterday, she couldn't wait till I got settled down, and she was clear up here. And it was not pleasant, but she knew what she was doing, and then she just stayed there till she could feel the fluids moving, and then she moved down further. Whoop, I wonder if she's coming. She's coming this way, so I'm not sure if she wants to. Come here, baby. Come on. Come here. You come over with Mom. Come on. Here, we'll just put it right here. Okay. So back to my factual story, because there's no fiction with this. This is all factual documentary evidence. So she sniffs me, she licks me, smells my mouth, and then she just gives me one of those looks like, and then starts taking care of Mama. I don't need grapefruit juice to lower my blood pressure, nor do I need poison drug. I think there's a reason why there's this with skeleton on them, and they have to be so controlled. Yet y'all make that all of you manufacturing meth get arrested. Talk about double standards. That just cracks me up. Oh, you're such a criminal, and oh, if you grow weed, you're going to get arrested too. Heaven forbid that helps your body. It's certainly it's helping me. It's my pain management tool. And I'm like reading my Bible, but if I'm reading my Bible and it's not going away and the intensity keeps growing and it's to a point where I can't handle it, well, then I have to grin and bear it and take some THC. Hannah Banana woke me up at 1 a.m. to go outside earlier today. Thinking it was an urgency, I peeled my eyes open. Crazy how sealed up they are when I've been waking up lately. It's like they're the heaviest things that I have never in my life experienced the heaviness of my eyelids. Open them up. I mean, it's like, it's work to open them up. True story. So I grabbed my purse, which contains the bags for her poop. I truly believe her waking me up was to help increase my body temp that is steadily registering the low 90s, high 80s. My nightcap is helping maintain my internal body temp. And I'm not talking about a drink. I'm talking about that head thing that you've seen in some of my other videos. I'm calling it a nightcap. They call it a headache relief. I'm calling it a nightcap and a day cap because I wear it all the freaking time. Because it's helping keep it's helping so that my body temp doesn't go any lower. I mean, trust me, when you look at that number, you're like, take it again, you're like, holy crap. Okay, what can it increase? The hot tub did, but it didn't do it all the way. That nightcap is helping 50% of your body weight. Well, so they say. Comes out of your head, so put on a hat. Okay, that's good. That's wrapping around. Heat in the microwave, let's zoom it up. So, my nightcap is helping with this. My 5 blankets, 3 are downfilled. And her body weight continued up against me or on top of me is helping keep it to, it doesn't drop to a critical level, or so they say. Talk about thy gifts that keep on giving. She was a gift. My nightcap was a gift. And of course all my medical stuff that I use was a gift too. This is how broken the system is. This broken healthcare system did not start off this way. I mean, think about the calculations of my so-called clever birth mother and her scheme to eliminate my life using decon and then covering up with tetracycline. She just didn't have the balls to completely pull the trigger. Why? Because she didn't want to get caught. When you hear with your own ears Doc Abel, the Walker's Medical Clinic while he was still alive, say you are never sick, then you file it away. Then you start adding things up with your mother's, I use that term loosely, care. You realize that corruption and mindset was in your own household growing up as well. At the time, I did not see it. As my life continued to flourish, she made herself silent, absent. I mean, when you hear your life from her, I can't wait until you girls are old enough so you can move out on your own, so I can move to a state where no one knows who I am or where I'm at. Clearly, this is not a statement you ever forget. She's a great mom, right? Always taking care of her kids, right? Right. Yet I'm still fighting the fight for justice, not just for me, for every other person out there that has been poisoned by this corrupt and heartless tyrant regime. Remember who is in the tyrant regime? It's a huge group of villains. Because guess who they all worship? They pretend to worship him. All the while they're worshiping that filthy animal down there. Well, I'm sorry, but I'm a nonconformist, and I will refuse to conform to their nonsense. No thanks. Gonna do it my way. With his help. Leading the way, holding his hand. That's it. I'm not doing anything else. All I need to do is worry about what's going on with me so I can figure out, okay, Lord, I see what's going on today. My vitals are good. My temperature is 91.7. I think that's what I just said. So I'm shaking. I've got chest pain right here, constant. If it's not right here, it's down up underneath here. And then I get the whole weight of the world right here. Oh boy. So, gotta lay low. Because number one, I'm lightheaded just walking around in my little room here. And I don't even know what the square footage is. But you can imagine how difficult it is. If I can't walk around this little room, how hard it is for me when I take her outside. I about hit the pavement when I came back in. I had to stop, and I dropped all the way to the floor. Squatted. I didn't put my knees on the floor because I was afraid if I went all the way down, I wasn't going to get back up. Although I could have crawled back to the room. I am fully capable of that. Heck, we all learned how to do that when we were little, didn't we? When we all learned how to walk, we learned how to crawl first. So trust me, I know I can do that too. Well, there's a will, there's a way. So as you get ready for man's world, if you're not already ready in your work, or you could be getting off because you work the midnight shift or whatnot. Think about a day in the life. For me, episode 60. And I'm doing this with her help. There ain't no humans running around here except for the staff. And they help me whenever I ask, but I try not to because my health issue is not their problem. But they've done everything that they can do to help me. And I know if I picked up the phone, because I have one in my room, they would come to my aid. But I just try not to bother them. Because they got enough on their plate. They've been shorthanded ever since I arrived. And just as soon as they get a full staff, they don't show up for work. Something crops up in their life. Or COVID hits their family. Or another bloody death. I mean, you don't think there's a bloodbath out here in America? Hey, I'm sorry we're just not laying in the streets. But we're dropping like flies left and right. Athletes are dropping like flies. Because what they do, pump them up for drugs for the race. Hey, at least Doc Abel only gave me a vitamin B12. He didn't give me poison. Although he did prescribe tetracycline. Just saying. It's amazing when you really look at the system for what it is. It was not built this way. It wasn't designed this way. It was designed under God's principles. And they have slowly wiped him off the face of the earth. Or at least they tried. But they've lost. Because there's too many of people like me out in this world fighting for his existence. Just saying. So remember, day 60, episode 60 for me. fighting for my beloved life, to share my beautiful brain with the world, because what else can I do when I'm incapacitated and can barely walk around this small little room, which I've known my bungalow or treehouse. Makes you rethink your life now, doesn't it? Or at least I hope so. Or you can just keep going on with your selfish ways and enjoying the way man taught you to. You can change. Look at me. I'm living proof. Stay tuned. I've got more coming up. Love to all bunches and bunches. Bye.